Hello, my Homo sapiens. Let me tell you guys a quick story. Let's call this person Cat. Not the Kit Kat or like an actual cat, but let's just call her Cat. I don't know this person's real name. It's a her, I presume, at that time. But this girl was fine. Let me tell you. So I finished university last year, and I thought it'd be funny to share a couple stories of mine, just looking back and recalling some of the memories and experiences that I had to share with you all because why not? I think it'll be funny, and obviously it's girl related. And the reason why I'm bringing up this now is because it's one of those mysteries and crushes that will never leave your mind for some reason, at least for me. And I thought I'll share the story as well because I think everyone can relate to this on some level. It's sort of the one that got away in that sort of realm. Like you know that feeling when you're just walking on campus or in public in general and you just see, just attractive people walking up and down the street, whatever. It's nothing, right? Like you just pass by them, you look at them, kind of like eye candy in a sense, but you kind of just forget about them after a few minutes or even hours, right? And that's all they are to you. They just happen to be blessed, good looking DNA creatures on this planet that just happen to look gorgeous. But sometimes you just forget about them the next few days or the next few minutes or the next few hours. It's whatever, it's not a big deal. You may feel like you may happen to fall in love, but you never really did. But there's always been 4 main crushes that I had, and those are the sort of stories I want to tell. And this one happens to be called Kat. Let's call her Kat. And she's my second year crush, I think. It all happened in September 2017. In the first semester, I was taking European studies, and if you haven't taken that class before, I recommend it. This one specifically was just mainly watching movies and critiquing them, and I love talking about them. So it was like the ideal class for me. And I wasn't the only one. It was like a small-ish lecture, more like a seminar, I suppose. And the professor was amazing. I love her so much. I forgot her name. No, I didn't forget her name. I think her name was Professor Anna or something like that. And she was so blessed. I love her so much. One of the best professors I had in university, to be honest. I was actually going for like a European studies minor at that time. I was actually like reaching like, yeah, you know what? I could do more of this. Anyways, back to the girl. Of all the people, as soon as I walked in to the lecture, mind you, it's just a classroom, right? Like it's a small-ish classroom. Your eyes just sort of like gaze upon everyone, right? Just recognize everyone. Everyone's kind of like saying hi. But my eyes were just fixated on this one person. And she looked back at me, and I looked back at her. She smiled, and I smiled. For moments, I don't know how to describe this moment to you, but it felt like she sort of looked through my soul, like she took a bloody gun and just shot me through the heart. It felt like that. I went like, ooh, like I couldn't breathe for a moment. Why that is, I don't know. I'm still like confused till this day, really perplexed why this one particular woman made me feel that way. And I hated it. I hated it. I couldn't tell if I was like in love, I was in pain, or was I happy? I couldn't tell. Oh man. And you tell me I had to sit next to this girl in the same classroom for a whole semester, and she makes me feel that way. I couldn't understand the feeling. Looking back at it now, I wish I had a time to really record what I was feeling back then, because I think it would have been hilarious to see my reaction and what I was feeling in those moments. Because I was telling everybody it, like all my friends, I was telling everyone who this girl was. I actually pointed them out because I would just see her everywhere on campus. It was that insane to me. Like I couldn't get this girl out of my head that whole year. It was really bad. It was really bad. But anyways, we're in this class together. We having these group activities and talking about stuff, and like every single time we would just look at each other. It kind of reminds me of that like 13 Reasons Why meme where I couldn't tell. I didn't know her name at this point, but we were looking at each other so intensely every single time. It was bloody annoying. And this one time, oh, this is the best part. This one time we actually got into an activity together. We happened to be partners, and your man's couldn't even flicker a word from his mouth. This girl just sitting right next to me. We're just having a chat, the generic chat, right? Like, hi, how are you? Oh, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm so-and-so. I forgot her name, but I believe her name is Kat. I don't know. I think I'm calling her Kat for short because that's what clicked into my mind. I have no other information, but let me describe this girl to you, y'all. I know I'm just talking about a random girl, oh, it's whatever, but this girl is literally one of the most beautiful people I ever met in my life so far. She looked like... It's hard to describe. I guess I have to reuse like celebrities here. But let's put together Bella Thorne. She's attractive, right? She's a redhead, by the way. She was a redhead, I think, or chestnut. Yeah, whatever. Let's put together Bella Thorne and Alexandra with her intense eyes. Let's put a splash of Anna, and then put a splash of what's her name? The queen from Game of Thrones. Let's put all those mixtures, all those redheads together, and you get the picture of her. That's the best way I can describe it to you. Why? Because she had a facial structure of Bella Thorne. She had the intense eye look as Alexandra. And her eye shape, I mean, she had brown eyes, I believe. But her eye shape was like Anna's, or like that sort of glare is really intense like Anna's. That's like the best way I describe it to you. She was a goddess, bro. I think I was the only one recognizing that. I think I was the only one that was like so nervous. Like, I swear I felt shivers down my spine, sweats on my neck, palms were sweaty. Like, all we were doing was reviewing a movie together, sitting right next to each other, like, oh, what do you think about this? Oh, what do you think about this? But I couldn't stop thinking about the awkward, not even awkward, but silence. Like, she was literally just looking at me, smiling. But the thing is, I could look at her, I was like, oh, tell me more. Yeah, because every time I looked at her, bro, my mind would go black. My mind would just go blank, dude. It was so rough. It was so rough to look at her. Like, she wasn't ugly. She was that fine that she could make me a cripple, bro. Like, it was so hard to look at this person. Like, her eyes, bro, her eyes. Oh, man. Like, you know, they say, like, the eyes is, like, the door entrance to your soul. But I don't think that's true. I think looking in this person's eyes, she saw everything about me. My strengths, my weaknesses, my whole story, and I can react. I panic. I was nervous. She made me so nervous. I never felt like that towards a girl before. That intensity was so insane. Like, I looked at her and boom, black screen. That's all I see is black. Like, I fainted. It never got easier. Every time I sat next to her, I just felt weak. But this is not the strangest thing. The whole point of this story is because after that semester, or even during that semester, even afterwards, I would see her so frequently that I never had the guts to say anything. And that's why I'm regretting everything about this story. Like, I want to share it because I don't want you guys to have regrets. Like, I never had the guts to say anything. That's the whole point. Crazy part is that we walk on campus. I walk by, she looks, and she walked by, I look. Cause I noticed in the corner of my eye, she literally turns and stares for a bit, and I would also look back and stare, and we just continue walking our way. It sucks because I wish I said something. Like, we saw each other more times in the bus than we saw each other in class. And she was so distinguishable because of her looks. And she always wore this green jacket. This green military looking jacket that covers everything. And she was red here and a green jacket is such a great contrast. You could point her out in a crowd and I would just see her everywhere. It was scary. Like, I just know that every time I walk by, we just notice each other's existence or presence coming by. Like, she will look, and I will look. She will look, and I will look. But no words have been spoken till this day. And I wish I had the guts, the patience, and the bravery to say something like, hey, remember we took that class together? I wish I could mutter those words. Like, I just wanted to get used to her and get more comfortable with this person because she was making me so damn nervous. And it was really, really annoying. And I could never understand why. Just because I don't talk to you doesn't mean I don't think about you. I'm just distracting myself because I know I can't have you. You might be thinking, oh, it's just a red-haired girl, whatever. But her features were stunning. And that was my second year crush. Not really a story, just an experience, a moment of reflection here. My lesson to you guys here is, like, if you see someone frequently and they're giving you the vibes, say hi. There's no harm in saying hi, right?